I'm not saying that Jasmine was flirty with that guy who pushed up on her at the club, but her response to it seemed a little odd,
Silly, silly, if you ask me.
especially since this was clearly staged.
Yeah, like producers wrote it in the script.
I'm not sure what that's all about.
Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about Lifetime Network's reality-based TV series, Married at First Sight, season number 16, episode number 19.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please click that notification button so you know when we upload new content. And as always, we are grateful and thankful for you. Here we go. I guess this is the final week before decision day, so everyone trying to get their ducks in a row. And we see Airris and
Mac
Mac working
McKinley,
out.
aka.
Kinley asks Iris how he's doing. He said he's doing well.
And that
He is
he could say yes on decision day about
right,
staying with and remaining married to Jasmine, his wife.
exactly. And not only that, he said he now has an understanding that you could recreate intimacy. Intimacy doesn't have to be, the sex stuff. It could be a whole lot of other things to bring the couple closer together.
Yeah, and he also talked about a lot less about the spark that he was looking for,
Yes.
and now he's just letting the process happen, and it's kind of naturally evolving, in terms of their relationship growing.
Well, that's what we wanted to see all the time. I mean, we had believed because of his age he would have some sort of maturity as it relates to relationship, but he did not. It was all about the smashing and the boom boom. So now he has a higher understanding of what intimacy is in a relationship. Hopefully, they can go at it.
Yeah, and then when Aris had an opportunity to find out what was going on with Mac, Mac is dropping all the tapes, selling all the tapes about what he's doing as a what single man.
Yeah, he said he's dating and he dropped into Gina's DMs because she knew someone he knows, yada yada yada. I just think personally this whole situation is foul.
All the couples, including Aris and Jasmine, finally got a chance to meet with Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal one last time heading into decision day to find out where everybody is, and they actually got a chance to drop by their apartment and have a really good conversation with Jasmine and Aris. Yeah, and
And
there were some few things I noticed.
first thing you notice is Eric's hand is on the back of the couch where Jasmine is sitting. It seemed like he edged closer and closer to her as the conversation went along, and at one point he lowered his hand. I think Pastor noticed it, and they had a little smile, that sort of masculine energy that they changed.
You want me to translate for you? When Pastor Cal saw that, there was probably a thought bubble that said, "Go ahead, man. I see you. I see you, young man. I see you."
Dr. Schwartz talked about redefining intimacy, and Iris shared that there are things about Jasmine that he likes a lot.
Hmm.
The calm that she brings. He said he had social anxiety, and when she's around, he's calmer.
Yep.
What else did he say?
He just said that he really had an opportunity, especially when he was away from the retreat weekend, to really miss Jasmine, and he didn't think at that point that he would, but he was honest about that, and he did.
Right.
And he also says that he's really trying to make an effort to to change what some of the things that he needs to change to be in a better position to going into decision day.
Gonna say.
Yeah, and Jasmine, when she was asked that same question, I believe it was by Dr. Pepper,
Mm,
she responded by saying she loves Harris's openness and honesty, right?
yes.
And how he's been very patient with her, and just in terms of creating that space that she was asking to be able to speak her mind,
Hmm.
and
And
that
he
she
did commend that she is speaking up more, so that's
right,
good.
right, and so that was something that I kind of genuinely felt she was appreciative of and valued.
Next time we see them,
They're going on a
they're
date.
going on a date, and
Yeah.
that date is kayaking.
Mm,
It seemed like they're
cheater.
both enjoying the day with each other.
Hmm.
When they sat down, they talk about decision day and what will possibly happen and what their heart hopes for.
Yeah.
And Jasmine said in her confessional that they have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and that she's still a little bit unsure, but she's not gonna focus on what Eris is gonna say. She's gonna focus on where she's
Where
at.
she is at. She said she has no regrets because she put all of her into the 2 month
Mhm.
experience or experiment.
She gave it 100.
Later, the men got together and
And the ladies got
the
together as
women
well.
got together. I think the ladies went to a club
Yeah.
and the men just went out for drinks and maybe a dinner or somewhere.
Somebody asked Eris if I don't remember who it was, but they asked him if he's missing the single life. I think it was Clinton, wasn't
Hmm.
it? And he said yes and no. But he also said that if he was missing anything, it was Jasmine.
Yes.
So that was a good answer for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that's a good answer, but I just see the struggle in Airris for the call that he has, the tug to go back and what is ahead of him.
But he's already kind of acknowledged that he knows what's out there for him, and he don't want to go back to that.
Well, good for him. I'm not gonna
You're not buying into it just yet.
I'm not buying into it just yet. You gotta be a little bit skeptical, but it's not my life, it's theirs. And if she believes that he is gonna be on a pathway of good and truth, um well, I think they're a beautiful couple and they can go places
One
together.
one of the things that I think Eris has done well is he's given Jasmine, his wife, a lot more
Credit.
compliments and
Mhm.
credit publicly.
Yes.
Um,
The compliments are now rolling off his
right,
head.
right. She has made a whole lot of changes that Eris has acknowledged to others, to the guys, and in when their couples are together.
Right.
And I think that's a good thing.
Ladies at the club and
Mhm.
they were on the dance floor, drinking and dancing. And I mean, they're a group of attractive ladies, so of course the men would notice them. But it seemed like the men who came through were maybe
Plants.
some some on-call talent,
Right.
and they started talking with the ladies, and one of them um found out that Jasmine was a breeder, and he too does that as well. He's a boxer or a trainer as well, and they started talking about what they do, and all of a sudden it seemed they cut it, and then he came back with him telling her about going outside and the stuff that can happen outside
Yeah,
and
he did.
showing her his car keys as if the game these dudes have now.
Raggedy.
My God. I wouldn't be impressed if the guy is shaking his keys. I have some keys myself.
Right.
If you're gonna throw out a line, stands to reason if they're single, they've heard it all before.
Hmm.
She was giggling and giddy, and that's why I'm like, what is this high school?
I think in her confessional, I believe she did mention that she liked the attention, but the butt wasn't strong enough for or the sentiment that came behind it wasn't strong enough, you know. But I'm married, I got a husband, blah blah blah. You know, that's what I would have thought would have came behind it, but that's not what I recall
Mm-hmm.
came back in the way of a response.
Mm.
What I recall the way of a response coming back was kind of weak, shall we say.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so. So, what's your prediction for next week?
As it relates to Jasmine and Eris, I am going to predict that they are going to choose to stay together and stay married because there's been enough of progress over the last few weeks to be encouraging to both individually and them as a unit. So I think I think they're gonna stay there. They're gonna stick and stay.
I think Jasmine and Airris, while they may be a beautiful couple, I don't think they're equally you.
Okay?
And that doesn't mean that they're not going to get together. But I think that there's a lot of growing to do for both of them.
No question. I hope I'm right, and I hope they get it figured out. But you don't have that same sentiment. I can see.
I mean, it's not like the brother is Seabiscuit, you know what I mean? It's not like, look it up if you don't know. But it's not like he is super. What?
I ain't saying nothing.
What?
I'm not saying a word. Oh,
My mom?
I'm not weighing in on that one. I'm not weighing in on that one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Am I wrong? Am I out of line?
No. Horse track.
If we were at the track in B-Mall,
Hmm.
the Preakness, I wouldn't put my money on
Oh,
Airris. That's all I'm gonna say.
not to win, not to show, nor to place.
Well, he gonna show, but
All right, y'all heard it here first. Wifey don't think Harris and Jasmine gonna make it. Okay, I'm gonna disagree with you. We'll see. Yeah.
and I'm glad you did. So we can keep hope alive that goodness comes regardless of what I say.
Okay.
So that's what our prayer is gonna be, that only good come to this couple.
Mhm.
So that's all we have to say. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you in the next bit.
Happy Mother's Day to all of y'all out there who are celebrating this coming weekend.
Happy Mother's Day as well.